So I don't know if our server went down or everybody's still down. So some of you guys are still online, but regardless, while we're doing that, we probably could look over the updates for the winter updates. I guess coming tomorrow. Look at Ian, thank you. So this is a spotlight. So this is the Winter Convergence Festival. The holiday of Winter Convergence is upon eternum, marked by the appearance of increased snowfall and northern lights in the sky. This is a time of dichotomy and duality, as the Winter Wanderer and the Winter Warrior come to the land. Icy winds and the Winter Wanderer bring with them new armors, weapons, furnishings, skins, consumables, and delightful present gifting emote. Okay, so this is just like the kind of frilly stuff. So you can learn all about what the Winter Convergence has to offer on that link. And I got this just from their Twitter. So there's that. From activities such as Convergence spirit decorations, lost present recovery, and gleamite collecting. This is all just frilly Christmas stuff. Okay. It's going until the 11th. And ice caves are appearing. And the rest of Eternum will look like the ice caves if the onslaught isn't stopped. Wow. Okay. The ice cave. Oh, these caves will remain behind after the event as scars on the land. Interesting. Okay, so this event will leave a permanent mark on the world. This is the stuff that's more what I'm interested in. This is what I'm talking about right here. So, based on the feedback on the high watermark system and our desire to have a compelling and diverse endgame, we've made some major changes to the endgame in this update. For details on our vision and future changes coming, please see the Expertise Dev Corner article on our official forums. So what they did is they renamed the high watermark to Expertise, and now display Expertise values in the UI. That's very cool. We definitely will be playing WoW in the future. You know WoW no more! We will definitely continue to WoW more, don't you worry. But we are playing a lot of New World these days, which I really enjoy. So each slot on the character model in the inventory will now display what the current expertise level of that slot is, which is cool. An average expertise value is also shown above average gear score in the inventory character model. So you can actually see this stuff on the UI. Then players will get a level up banner whenever they increase expertise. That's cool. So they're actually like making this a thing. They're taking it from like kind of like very not clear on what this is to making it very clear and actually like animating the UI as well. So that's cool. I think if you had the gear ahead of time, that doesn't degrade or doesn't downgrade. But yeah. They'll probably mention that though. We've added a new resource called gypsum that can be acquired each day by doing a variety of activities. Open world named bosses, expedition bosses, outpost rush, arenas, not PvP arenas, PvE arenas, corrupted breaches, etc. Each activity rewards a different type of gypsum that can be crafted into a gypsum orb. These orbs can then be crafted into gypsum casts of any weapon, armor, or trinket type. Opening a gypsum cast will guarantee an expertise bump and gear of that type. Okay. So you get obsidian gypsum by defeating level 60 plus open world named bosses, typically found in Elite Landmark. Sapphire gypsum comes from defeating the final boss of the Lazarus Instrumentality in the Garden of Genesis, so just the 2 dungeons. Ruby gypsum is found in Outpost Rush caches. Emerald gypsum is found in Trade Skill Aptitude Reward containers. I don't think I've ever even seen those. Where do you get those? I don't want to do any crafting. Citrine gypsum found in Arena caches. Amethyst gypsum found in Breach caches. Topaz gypsum found in a hostile creature level 55 plus, but only after consuming a special attunement potion that can be crafted at a tier 5 camp. Craft the potion, drink it, and start defeating 55 plus hostile creatures anywhere in the world to find them. This potion can only be crafted once per week. Once per week? Jeez Louise, why is my music not playing? Jeez Louise. And then diamond gypsum, only found during major events in a tournament for the Winter Convergence Festival. Level 60 players can earn this rare diamond gypsum. The first 3 trees of light they interact with in settlements during the event. Okay. It's not... It's daily, not weekly. They changed it. Already, as of this article? Really? There, oh, there it goes. Light ticked over and over. The server issues might be closed the game until tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see. Still, a good day. So, how does this work? I wonder why there's all different kinds of gypsum. Can you only craft certain things with certain kinds of gypsum? Or is it like this activity, once you reach this point, then you can craft the orb? Huh. Interesting. So introduce the Kiln Station in all endgame zones that allows players to craft gypsum orbs from the various types of gypsum. They tuned down the general chance of getting an expertise bump to compensate for the... to compensate for the guaranteed bumps that were added with the gypsum. Elite chest odds were reduced a little, and open world bosses reduced a lot. Oof. Expedition bosses remain the same. Interesting, okay. Interesting. Gonna be living in dungeons. They adjusted the potential range of an expertise increase based on the expertise level. In general, the ranges stay slightly wider for further up the progression range, which translates into less overall increased moments required to reach the cap. So on average, most people will get there with fewer bumps required. Okay. Interesting. Craft each orb once a day. Oh, you can only craft one per day? So that's, I guess that's the answer. They are going to encourage you to do multiple types of content every day. Interesting. Interesting. A little. Pretty sure data miners found that the chance to bump up the watermark went from 10 to 1%. Well, yeah, but you have like the guaranteed thing. So it's more of a grind, like, that's actually like you grind towards this by doing this thing instead of like, maybe you get it by doing this thing. So I guess. That's cool. Let's see. They adjusted the potential range. Didn't we just read that? Yeah. And they increased the rewards for expeditions. In addition, gypsum drops. Each expedition boss will guarantee a random expertise bump. Note, arena boss also guarantee a bump. So dungeons are going to be that much more of a big deal. They fixed all the chests to give the right thing, basically. They fixed all the chests. Now they have a chance to provide endgame expertise bumps. That's important. Added timeless shards to expeditions. What are those? They're a new crafting ingredient that can be used to guarantee specific stats on weapon and armor. Okay. The timeless shard is an artifact that enables the player to craft an item with a specific attribute bonus on it while still being able to use a craft mod to guarantee a perk. So you can guarantee stats and a perk. That's huge. That is huge. Timeless shards are guaranteed drop from expedition bosses and have a chance to drop from elite chests and expeditions and elite points of interest. Wow. So they added 2 points of interest to become endgame content. The Malevolous elite point of interest in Eden Grove was up leveled. I remember hearing about this. Now it has 6 elite chests that can all provide endgame expertise bumps. So our chest runs are going to be more varied and maybe expand too if we wanted to do that. I don't know, man. We might be able to play New World a lot with all this. We might be able to do that. That's hype. And the Imperial Palace and North Dynasty Shrine and Ebonscale Reach for up-leveled to level 66 content now have 8 elite chests that can all provide endgame expertise. This might be hype, man. All these different zones giving you the expertise bump chance and giving you mobs to kill to get all the gypsum and stuff. It's pretty cool. They increased the level of endgame corrupted breaches to 66, so they're going to be that much harder, but you're also going to want to do some farming of those. You're gonna have to get in rhythm. You have to make a freaking schedule to be like, okay, in the morning we're doing this, this, this. Woo. Once again, Draco, I appreciate you pumping us up, dude. They made a number of adjustments in the endgame difficulty to compensate for some accidental overtuning we did in November patch, okay? Our goal is to find middle ground between the endgame content being too easy before November and the overtuned HP sponge we had afterwards, okay. So for Murkguard difficulty adjustment, they reduced the difficulty of corrupted acolytes, cooks, priests, ogres, and commanders. Okay. They added an elite chest to Upper Harrow in Murkguard near the commander Arcos Imperator. Okay. Is his name really Arcos? I guess so, because I always say it was the Archaos Imperator. They're turning down the amount of XP. No, HP. They made him too strong. And they said Arbad. So Ebonscale Reach adjustments. They reduced the difficulty of a variety of named AI in the open world, including alligators, boars. Okay. Made Ebonscale a little bit comfier to be in. The Imperial Palace reduced the difficulty of the named Bear, Tigers, Dynasty Spearmen, Dynasty Summoners, and Dynasty Warriors. Okay. They relocated Daisy the Dancing Bear. They renamed and moved Morgulf. The Forbidden Ritual POI has been discontinued and replaced with a fast travel option. Several elite chests were moved to the final boss encounters of the Imperial Palace and Norse Palace Shrine. Okay. Scorpius difficulty. Reduced the difficulty of the elite tendrils and hellmouths and named Corrupted Heavy. Ambusty Superior Inferior POIs. Replaced 2 large supply chests with elite chests. Now, is this the same thing? Are they just being specific about the general stuff they just did? They additional Corrupted Musketeers added to both points of interest. Dead Man's Cove reduced the difficulty of the named ghosts. These are low-level things. Brightwood. Reduced difficulty of named ghosts. Periville. Reduced difficulty of the alligators and stuff. They just reduced difficulty of like all this stuff. Arandus, Caminus, Svelkin's Eternal Pool. They reduced the difficulty of the Dryad Shamans. Okay. Wow. Also added new platform, stairs, and walls so that the Virigilon and Rootbound can navigate to players outside of combat. Oh, they're coming to get you guys now. No exploities. Do you guys want to do all the quests? They added some main story quests. Added territory quests. Housing quests. Added more info to tell players what that PvP faction mission player kills don't reset on death. That's great. Fixed an issue where killing corrupted tendril AI did not progress Adriana's Fountain. Removed many elite quests prereqs for level 40 and armor quests. Okay. Weapon armor quests. What else? Anything else? Combat. Ah. Due to an issue in our initial PvP damage formula that caused lower gear to be more beneficial in damage mitigation, we have updated our formula. We look forward to hearing your feedback on these changes. The PvP damage formula update adjusted the way armor mitigation was calculated to use enemies' gear score value instead of your average gear score. To adjust for the difference in armor mitigation, we increase the damage low-level players do to high-level players, and reduce the damage that high-level players do to low-level players. Level, not gear level. So it doesn't really affect level 60. Critical damage bonuses from masteries or perks are now applied additively instead of multiplicatively. On average, this will reduce the damage, extra damage they provide by 3 to 5%. Okay, so crits don't hit as hard. And buffer windows. A general consistency patch has been done across all weapons to adjust the buffering windows for dodges, abilities, and basic attacks. I think this could really change the way combat feels. The updated buffer window starts on the first frame of the attack that would deal damage, or on the first casting frame in the case of abilities that do not deal damage. I'm not 100% clear on what that exactly does, but I feel like that's going to be something that will change how the game feels. Dodge. Fix an issue where you could repeatedly dodge when in an exhausted state if you weren't pressing any directional inputs. Oh, really? The abilities which previously only prevented dodging, such as Ice Shower, have now been updated so that they now also prevent jumping. Oh, okay. Alright, crouch and prone can no longer be toggled while in the block position. Auto traverse and auto run out of slight movement pause. They fixed that. Fix an issue with character leg animations and sheathing staff weapons. Okay. This is just kind of just little bugs. Okay. Accelerate was a gem thing. Updated the description to clarify that damage bonus applies when the gem owner's health is below the specified percentage, right? Retaliate. Remember, I don't use this one, but updated the description to clarify that the effect provided by this perk is only lasts for a specific number of hits. That is a status effect icon that will appear when the effect is active. Also increase the number of hits player can perform while Retaliate is active from 1 to 3. Okay. Keen Berserk. Fix an issue where the perk tilt... Yeah, I saw that. It was like when below 600% HP, yeah. Additional perks added, so they have like mining speed and just harvesting speed and all that stuff. Plagued crits. Critical strikes against targets below 50% health inflict disease, reducing the healing effectiveness of the target by 10. The healing effectiveness of this target, so it's like you crit healers below 50% health and they can't heal for as much. Plagued strikes, heavy attacks against targets inflict disease, so any heavy attack reduces their healing effectiveness, so you can like heavy attack healers. Thwarting counter. Deals 5 to 15% additional damage against targets with active grit. Deals more damage while you have active grit. That could be good for the heavies, right? Trenchant strikes. Well, dude, this is actually just insane if you play 300 strength. You just deal 12% more damage while you have grit. You play 300 strength, every attack, light attacks and heavy attacks, all deal 12% extra damage. Hello? Hello? That could be fun. Fully charged heavy attacks deal 15% additional damage, up to 50% additional damage, melee weapons only. Trenchant crits, fully charged heavy attacks deal additional crit damage. I mean, that's a pretty big investment right there. Trenchant rend. Fully charged heavy attacks apply rend for 7 seconds, reducing a target's damage absorption. It just says absorption, but damage absorption. You know what rend does. Trenchant recovery. Fully charged heavy attacks heal the player for 10 to 30% of damage dealt. That's interesting. Physical aversion, you take less damage from physical light and heavy attacks. Oh. Elemental aversion, you take 2 to 4% less damage from ranged elemental light attacks. Huh. So you can find that on gear. Physical aversion, 4% less damage from ranged attacks and ranged elemental attacks. Huh. You only played 300 strength, bro. You're ready. This is what you're looking for right here. Thwarting strikes. That's what you want. thwarting strikes if you play 300 strength. Outpost rush. Initial spawn areas now have barriers preventing enemies from entering. What? What? No more spawn camping? No! Fixed a crash that could occur when exiting outpost rush, okay. Using a consumable now, cancel aiming, okay. Weapon mastery descriptions, adjusted some naming conventions and fixed multiple grammatical errors in our descriptions. Fix an issue where players get up below 0 mana. Weapons, just a typo. Update how this ability interacts with gravity, prevent it from being used to traverse up steep inclines. Oh, okay. Slightly reduce the recovery time on heavy. Fix an issue where the haste granted by this passive ability is applying to at a shortened duration with each use, huh? Okay, this is a lot of changes here. You guys still with me on this one? Fire staff burnout updated how this ability interacts with gravity. Okay, so you can't zip up stuff again. Oh, meteor shower was damaging people through fort gates and war camp gates. Okay. Fix an issue that prevented this passive ability from functioning. Watch it burn, whatever that is. They're talking about Great Axe? Charge? That's not a Warhammer ability. Maybe they meant Great Axe. Same thing. Right? Warhammer Great Axe, same thing. Path of Destiny reduced the hit stun from 1 second to 1/3 of a second. So it's not as big of a stun. It's just a little interrupt. It's a little interrupt. But yeah, it does kind of suck. Dude, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to do something else. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. Rain of Arrows was dealing damage through walls. The bleed from Rain of Arrows can only be stacked by multiple players using the ability of the same target. Oh. Interesting. That's just keeping it consistent, it says. Blood-soaked arrow fixed an issue that caused this upgrade to do increased damage with each hit instead of after each hit. Okay. Surprise attack. It just made it more clear what it does. Improved all aim down sight transitions between abilities in the primary shot. This also addresses the issue that prevented penetrating shot and poison shot from being cancelled after exiting the shots. Okay. Mark upgrade. Fix an issue where the damage increase would not cap. It will now cap at 30% increased damage. Considering the debuff. Okay. Hatchet aim throw. Increase recovery time before being able to cancel out of the first 0.1 second of the attack to the first 0.5 seconds of the attack. Okay. Heavy attack. Reduce recovery time by 0.15 seconds. Musket. Fix an issue where the stamina, where you reload slower when the stamina is depleted. Fix an issue where the player's back warped unnaturally while sheathing the musket in the prone position. Okay. Fix an issue where the shoot animation can be skipped, which unintentionally increased the musket's rate of fire. Fix an issue that caused the musket's charge shots not to be expended while firing from the crouches. And that's like the big bug right there that people have talked about. Okay. Got to get to the Great Axe eventually. So, Splash of Light Purify updated the description to specify that the target must be healed for debuffs to be removed. And Beacon fixed an issue where the healing buff would persist on the caster after leaving the circle. Okay. Ice Gauntlet, the Pylon Dodge. Updated tooltip to better describe the functionality. Still, I don't know what that is. Okay, Ultimate Chill. Updated Ultimate Chill status bar debuff tooltip be consistent with the Weapon Mastery tooltip. Okay. And the icon used to appear to stack. Blocking stamina fixed an issue that allowed this passive ability to give stamina when the player is out of mana. Oh. Heavy Freeze updated the description to more accurately describe the cooldown. Ice Tomb increased the Ice Tomb's health from 50 to 75% of the count. Okay, so Ice Tomb got buffed. And Entomb Burst now costs less mana. Ice Gauntlet buffs, dude. Broken OP. Unbelievable. Sword and Shield, heavy attack reduced time, recovery time got reduced by a little bit. Okay, here's the Great Axe stuff. Enduring Strike. The grit windows for attacks empowered by this ability have a consistency pass to make sure that they only last until the end of the strike windows. Okay. Bloodlust updated the description to clarify that the correct effective range is 50 meters. Okay. Light attacks and non-fully charged heavy attack reduce the homing range detection from 4.5 meters to 3.5 meters. That doesn't sound that bad. That doesn't sound that bad, but people are acting like it's terrible, so we'll have to find out. Base crit damage reduced from 40 to 30%. Okay. But do you still take the talent? And Bloodless Haste bonus reduced from 30% to 20%. Okay. And Reap, the damage on the initial pull reduced from 110 weapon damage to 70% weapon damage. I mean, that doesn't sound that bad. It feels really bad on the PTR. That's what I'm hearing, and that's what worries me, but, like, it doesn't sound that bad. Thank you, Draco. Once again, you're working hard, bro. It doesn't sound that bad. But I guess we'll test it out tomorrow, won't we? So, Putrefying Scream perk. That's the Great Axe stuff. It doesn't sound that bad, but we'll see. I think the PTR was over-nerfed by accident. That I agree. Because people are acting like it didn't like, pull you at all. And that doesn't sound right. That does not sound like a 25% nerf, right? It's still good when running in teams. Maybe 1v1 is hard to hit. Yeah, we'll see. Anyway. We'll test it out tomorrow, I guess. Putrefying Scream. Reduce the max percentage it could scale from 50 to 30. Okay. Void Color. Fix an issue where Void Color passive could trigger with regular basic attacks. And fix an issue where the Void Color cooldown reset by swapping weapons. Glimpse of the Void. Fix an issue where Glimpse of the Void cooldown would reset when swapping weapons. Yeah, that ain't right. An Orb Decay. Detonating Orb. Fixed an issue where Detonating Orb could trigger backstabs. Oh, damn. Okay. So Spear. Increase the hit shape size and attack homing on all thrust attacks. That's big for Spear. That's big. Increase the lunge distance by 50% on Skewer. That's huge. Perforate. Increase the rotation speed during the ability. That's huge. And Strong Conditioning. Fix an issue where the Strong Conditioning buff can be canceled by using Honing Stone. Strong Conditioning no longer shows text pop when triggered. Bro, Spear, though. Spear got big buffed. That's huge for Spear. Time to go Spirit. Bro, it might be. It might be. That's big buffs. Jay P, glad to hear it. I love Great Axe. Great Axe Spear? Perhaps. Do you guys care about the AI changes? AI got changed? Anything cool? Not really. Expedition AI. Stuff's just doing stuff different. Stuff's just doing stuff different. Oh, God. Economy, progression, oh, God. Oh, God. Still going. Oh, God. GA Spear pretty damn good? I bet it is. Could be kind of fun. Something Menace. Welcome, bro. Sounds like it could be kind of good. Oh, God. Look at all this. We want to continue rewarding the efforts you make to craft items for yourself, your friends, or to make some coin in the trading post. So we've introduced Trading Skill Aptitude. Upon reaching level 200 in Trade Skill, leveling circle in the UI will update to show 3 markers equidistant from each other on the circle. Earning Trade Skill XP will begin progressing you again, and when you reach one of these markers, you'll be awarded a container of useful items. That's why I hadn't heard of them before, because they weren't in the game yet. That are mostly Trade Skill relevant, such as craft mods, special ingredients, even schematics and recipes. Okay. Each subsequent marker awards a more spectacular container with more rewards than one before. Gaining enough XP to go all the way around the circle will increment the aptitude counter by 1. This counter will keep counting, so you can keep track of how many times you've wrapped your progression on the top level. We also introduced a new type of reward with the system, equipment patterns. So does that mean that, like, as you level up more and more and more, your reward boxes get more awesome, or is it only markers? Not sure. We've also introduced a new type of reward system called equipment patterns. Equipment patterns are crafting artifacts that enable you to craft a guaranteed gear score 600 item that has specific appearance. Oh, so it's like you craft a transmog? Specific appearance. Patterns require a significant amount of powerful crafting resources to create, but it guarantees a GS 600 item. Patterns still roll perks and players have the normal amount of control over their outcome with craft mods and Azoth. Equipment patterns have a small chance to drop from Arcana. Huh. That sounds like transmog. A specific appearance. Maybe they're good, though. But what? I don't know. But you can't just transmog anything. Maybe it's just, like, looking cool. Done for the night? I'd rather not be. I just want to get through these changes real quick. Refining. Added refining recipes that let you refine 250 of a T5 raw ore fiber, whatever, into 1 legendary. Okay. For instance, you can now convert 250 orichalcum ore into 1 tullium. Orichalcum ingots can now be crafted with platinum as well as star metal. Oh, so it gives platinum a usefulness. Okay. Loot. Okay. I'm just looking around. Ah, added tier 5 amulet ring and earring drops that randomly roll all stats and gear score to level 60 plus content. Great. Yeah, they were like nothing. Great. Faction shields no longer have the damage perk enchanted on them. Oh. Round shields have refreshing, kite shields have keenly fortified, and tower shields now have hated. Oh, that's kind of cool for extra threat. The Moonless Night Void Gauntlet was renamed to Wine Dark Night. Okay. Interesting. The Primordial Weapon set was previously missing a Tower Shield and Ice Gauntlet. These have been added, okay, to drop from the same activities as the Primordial Weapons. Okay. The boots have a different perk or whatever. Okay. Now, this thing, Unhallowed Soul of Murkguard, didn't drop anything before. Now it has 3 drops. Life Staff, Spear, and Amulet. Okay. More feminine armor appearances have been added to the game as world drops. Okay. Dude, if they actually do like a Mog system, that'd be so cool for this game, don't you think? We removed corrupted shards and lodestones as required ingredients to craft arena keys and added 5 runestone. We did this to make arena keys not compete for the same resource expedition keys. That makes sense. That's good. I don't really do much fishing, but here's fishing stuff. Okay, this is like quests. Notable bug fixes. The token and coin cost of the T2 faction health and mana syndicate, or potions for the syndicate, now match other factions. Okay. It was more expensive for the syndicate, which makes sense, but whatever. War previously did not drop a War Void Gauntlet. Okay, now they can drop a Void Gauntlet. Fix an issue that was causing Void Gauntlets to not naturally roll their ability-specific bonuses dropped and crafted. Okay, that's funny. Fix an issue causing Chess and Lazarus to be way lower. That's good. I'm glad they fixed that. They mentioned that, though. Right. Fix an end-of-game thing to show 0 fall assist. Dude, they need to change it so that the person who knocks somebody down gets the kill, not the person who finishes them off. Some UI thing. Trading posts go to the settlement. This item was listed for sale instead of the settlement was purchased. Oh, the trading post taxes go to where it was purchased? I didn't know that. That's how it's supposed to be. Interesting. Okay. Crafting stuff. Adjusted system so it loads different screens depending on where the player is loading into. That's cool. Add tips to the loading screen. Okay, that's cool. Updated the art and layout of the menu for improved readability of the social stuff. Okay. Alright. Fix the Azoth cap notification. Fix a number of things with a compass. Okay. Fix the icons for town project crafting. Okay. We now only message stating that you cannot damage other players on PvP flag. These messages got annoying during PvE content. Okay. When not PvP flagged once. Okay. They did a bunch of UI stuff to let you know when you do something correctly. Fix an issue causing some pings to stipulate underground. Okay. Ambient audio. Crafting and refining. That's kind of neat. Multi-monitor setups. Okay. I like that. Let's see. What else? Ah, see, this is happening to me right now. I'm not getting banner notifications for certain things, but that's mostly Outpost Rush. Give players more descriptive options when importing abusive chat. Okay. Interesting. PTR Notes. These are things that came into the game from PTR changes. Is this interesting to you guys? Or am I boring you to death? Okay, this is the stuff that they changed from PTR Notes. So things cost a lot less. They reduced the cooldown of the gypsum attunement potion from weekly down to daily. Okay, that was the change that we talked about at the very beginning. Reduced gypsum earn cooldown timers from 22 to 18 hours, just give a little more leeway to people's play schedules. That's great. Adjusted the way expertise bump so there is a minimum as well as a maximum. The minimum is set to 2, maximum starts at 5 and ramps down to 2. Our goal is to average around 35 bumps required to get from min to max. Okay. Gypsum is now required for completing an event rather than given in the reward cash from the event. Okay. Ah. Gotcha. Okay, and then here lies new perks that we already talked about. Okay. I think we're good, right? We already looked at all this stuff. This is just things that came from the thing in particular. Right? Okay. That's a lot of changes. New World devs working hard out here. They're working hard. Good job. Looking good. Let's see if we can log in and play some more Outpost Rush. Looking good. When are these outposts? I got these notes from their Twitter today. Big ol' update. Big ol' update. So, yeah. That's cool that it's an 18-hour reset, not a 22 or whatever it was. Cool. All right. Let's go do some battle. That was very interesting. If you guys missed it, I'm going to put them on YouTube's for you. Don't you worry. Time to get back to work, see if we can log in. Very cool, though. Good work, New World.